Chairman wontumi ene chairman wontumi na lawyer for eba court no chairman wontumi lawyer for chese police for chese omu etuo
e two things attorney general investigations obetima track it no
Kpandai constituency parliament declared vacant.
As chiefs, it will definitely set a dangerous precedent for future elections in Kpandai.
Yensama info nyina kwaba ebiem emra dwumadi esu yasanso afanasia ensama ekoso ewo oman Ghana mu yede ni nyina egu form ama ahwefo eno achi no ye biebie nsem nim after set time wontumi ekopie mu ewo court no enkomo bebre ene frache bakwekwan ye beboram na information bi a efi ho ba eno achi no ukopiem ewo Kpandai constituency after set court ruling say yensan kokoye run ewo Kpandai constituency no enkomo webre ene fi ho ba sisia me no kase parliament etime declare seat no vacant eno achi no enkomo webre efi mu ba no kwasam say ahemfomo so se wo mo ntiase emma run no enkoso ye bewram na edimu nkomo na afi no bibia ai kama when nsefufro bi ne aboabo no a yede ni nyina ebre ayefo baransa na no tama wontumi ekopie mu ewo court no yensan ko ne entie de esi wo ye koba information bebre ene de achi
awobe kai say court ema chairman wontumi bill no condition ba ma wode ka ho ene say chairman wontumi na wotwi bia onfa ne ho enko kire investigator asem no ekura no na investigator ni nkoto book ene say notebook no okoto size book okoto wi a eje bia chairman wontumi court say onfa ne ho nko kire no okodu a omo date wontro say chairman wontumi wo baaye ba no bedu ye no mi hu se waba ebere sei no baaye na bosomi awie ye bia no anka say investigator and that file ma court mi hu se ampa chairman wontumi e baaye eno temu for outry kokuvite kire say as investigator na ya na dwinte no baga wire wo fa court na sem enya sem enti say chairman wontumi report so on report as a officer investigator na investigator ni jina no re nanim as a djuma no de man no onye eno so wo dia wonya enya hwe me ntwa so me dia me nya hwe na emom me na ya no say ene inside say obekwa report na ho dia man no afa chairman wontumi o review we so moto court ni say ojina no ani tumi so no aka chairman wontumi say be condition de man say on report investigator na dwuma de man onye ye no o kire say any afa mo report kra ma investigator ni biem omra court oba court registrar no on go report enfa na ho kire no court registrar no so court kire say on go to book any pen enfa to chairman wontumi ba one more date one chro eda oba on sign chairman wontumi sign bosumi awie ye bia no on me file sa report no e wo court na court ni say chairman wontumi obae anase wama na ene de di kan kra court ne kan ho asem say ono wankasa ejina ni tumi so na wa review chairman wontumi bill condition no sika no anfa ne nsanka na emom report no so on report no eno e na court ni so who ni investigator no onya djuma ne dia wa ye sakraye ene chairman wontumi na lawyer for eba court no na ensem mienu e na omode nam ne di kan ni say ye chairman wontumi no yes sama boy case no chairman wontumi lawyer for chese police for chese omu etuo dodo e wo ho na omode nkrata ba court be sere court ni say omu pese court no emi say attorney general say so omu wo say etuo ni hu nkrata a omu de be dance a omu famra ene attorney general say ye chese enkrata bia say ni wo etuo no omu ni hu enkrata eninti e no mu fa akwa bia e mo chairman wontumi ni akaso mienu chairman wontumi lawyer for sign chire say abrante e penny Henry amuno abrante ni chese chairman wontumi ene man ne kwan so o metu galamsey no e wona asase so wa mo chire say chairman wontumi so ama abrante ne kwan enti senkrata bi wo ho a ye famra sankrata ne attorney general so ye deputy attorney general abetire ma chire court ni say won mu ni nkrata bia na eye anu di sema chairman wontumi e de na anu keke ene ka kire abrante no ese onkotu gala no ewo na saase ne so enti se nkrata asem pa de ebi ni wo eno ene ne eye ade a ne lawyer andi apia kubi ani age pa se ene ma mienu ana wo hwehwe ne na me ato court no grant e de ama o me kire se asem no oso ndo hunu se chama huntumi ne ho son sa broba ya sense ne yi akwa ni nyira de fim court ne sankene case management conference ACMC no ema so na me aduma bro nya boso ne de to so edunum chama huntumi ensai emra.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, director.
Bernard and Chibuasiakon
chama huntumi.
Yebeka ne se huntumi amani hunu.
Of course.
And se 2025 fidie.
Yeah.
Chama huntumi hunu amani pa na enkomo bebre so ena todwa quick one. Iye ni mu nkomo yi.
Well, director, in some ya kosu in the first place, I mean check for na fi me na wase. Say de bia me ye no no. Na ye hya ase na fi ye ni nkomo.
But then ense odi nkomo no hya fi. Baby yese I chama huntumi and reporting.
Of course.
Na anytime bia omra mesan no.
Yeah.
But then chama huntumi reporting.
Director, unim. Asem no na eye me na kakra se edie na ma chairman entimi report ana se edie na be ma records no eni ho director asem no nyina ne se you go have to go and report una wa ye obone eni ye hwehwe wasemu ndi ese report ho and I agree with the judge ebia na nye chama untumi fault but ebia investigator no ena wo pi window ama chama untumi afa ena on report an investigator no entwere nti etisade emfa bibia nto ho bra court ho never report
sebia chama nsusu ni se ahun hwede hia saa ono chama so onyane onko ba bia eho chama untumi de
enye dwane awunwane o court rank say obedwane already a seize passport any enim say there is stop alert ato so udru border bia so a omo border honom no omo be chew but asem ni say according to judge ni no ne nyansem no say every week report ho ni ehu say asem no uguso ye asomre utie condition de ama no you are following instructions. That is it.
No, and ense chama huntumi mo every court epie ye no na omanim aye serious we media no so a omo say ai Attorney General no ntimi improve evidence.
Okay.
Nti as a case no wo mo win quick one enwuram.
Director, asem we me yenya botre na yenim nkomo ye because there a lot of controversies beba. Obete se amanfo be share say akaso Attorney General ni case bia asem na akokoto no sa wuntumi dibem evidence ni ho obi nso be kaso wuntumi boa de o kan nyina nye no kre eye ntro bi na omutwa se de be ya Attorney General ho be ya but asem ni ntremu wum director pay de tie in the first place ma memfa to de no eni kan director we choice amanfo a omo enim adwuma sede esitie e wo galamsey site no ye nyina ye gitum sampa omom ye galamsey no omo taifa bambofo a omu kita akode enti illegal miners ekwache wo mu e wo forest nim no na omu kita tuo e na omu je tumu se ampatori omu dia but chama untumi se nyono no employ wo mu and agreed e yo before from na employ
say etuo na otie ma mi report ya o se tuo no omo for evidence etuo no evidence mrakata mra omo nyama
director nti e ho na me pese deal with that first so o catch Attorney General say etuo na omo kwachi e wo forest
enti in this case no chama untumi ne lawyers ena emfa ne se womo kopie mu court omo request for this
omo request yes sir Attorney General say anti galamsey ti no makochi etuo wei e wo forest ni ma forest nso musimi na mihemu ye galamsa momfa tuo no honkrata amra na Attorney General no so director etuo it could be say bimpo a omo twe from different country different because omo nyim de omo ye nti Attorney General beka say sai tuo na okochi wo wuram no oni honkrata Attorney General nya bone
na etuo no nso me hu video bi a Samra boy hono unse sa video ni pop up Emma UTV for crap post sa video no
of course
omo video ne tuo
wom eti writer say wo na etuo no wo de amankrofo e na omo de akọ forest nim ananya wo na wo de ama wo na mmom wo de site na ma obi e na ni pande ne nkrofo akonom kutatu na aban bechi wo mo na akobisa Attorney General court say for 21 kratama two things Attorney General ye investigations obetima track it no but a 20 bi so ho o track ya and track it nti sa Attorney General
etuo no ni krata forgery tuo no
forgery tuo e no mu use
eti onya sure say eno so kra betimi aye case Edi ama chama wontumi.
Mo director ho na me kono. It is at the end of the day attorney general e with different evidence ya emfatuo no ho but evidence ya e kire say wo mo ye mining no woni wo mo twaka it ene e honso another case for attorney general say wo kwa for forgery ammunitions e di ama amanfo na omo e di wowuram e di bone director enye by force say attorney general enkonye tuo no ho academy because e tuo ni attorney general dia enti say o say ye wo dia Osi one for proven to say only prover that one it goes out. Another one for that.
In this case, no petrono crata. But evidence was say ebia etuno die enie.
Okay.
And
of course.
Yeah, the ebia court no hwe nyina ne say. Omo wotuo ne say wo de tua awura forest ni makwa akotua de no.
Director say according to Chama wontumi no. Ya ma meto ne womura mu ho ebi. Ena omo akoto omo awura mu ho no. Omo na tuo ni kita wo mo. Etuo ni nkuta Chama wontumi. Ena tuo no krata bia nu ho etre say Chama wontumi dimu. That is their argument. Into 20 nyane dia. Onim 20.
Okay.
Mo intinya say asem no omo prese omo bedi mu. But omo prese cases ni bi ho a omo be yi afrim say de be asem no odifo ni ye buampo a na bia ni jail sentence any nema bi no punishment ni so bete say nei ekoba say Chama wontumi di etuo ama amanfo akoshe forest mu di boni a eno ya another case enti ewie na sasa case no etuo ni entimi fa ho kwadu mo na etuo na sama frim
because ebeto dwan kana fo bi say na ade case na ekosa na attorney general se fantuo krata ba o se wunya anyway fa mo be ya na Chama wontumi akwa dibem
mo
eno na come Ghana for di
mo ntigana frontier say e say kromfo a watie si obi fie na yakwa che kromfo no na kromfo no kutatuo na Ghana police service for agituo ne dey asem na court na kromfo no lawyer say Ghana police service emfa tuo no krata a e di adanse say tuo ne kromfo ne di amra say Ghana police service any krata ampo a e che say tuo ne kromfo dey at least omo di tuo no kromfo no nti kromfo ne di tuo ne bae the right side that other case ya mama isaji hu nkomo ese o Chama wontumi ne lawyers ne koye no judge ni nkomo ne omudie no e ya omo depa because say court esanji to mu say kwadu a obi ya ye chill was site was say oye mining no o say Chama wontumi ene de kwa ma no evidence e wo kwa kire say Chama wontumi
e verbal mo na me fa ne say Chama wontumi no say no so no ontu galamsey
of course
like onye mining no even no concession crab but onkoyam omowura forest ni mu nkoye e na ba say yes Chama wontumi de ai site na ma obi a ono no ya adwuma ho e na Chama wontumi koye o say ai wonfa de ne ma sa akwa no evidence bia ni wa wasensan krata bi odi ade na manipa ne se wonkonkotu
mo
the right ade na me fa say bia verbal
that the right unim verbal yesem
na say Chama wontumi so case
the right Chama wontumi case but onwie according to Ghana constitution no enipa na o claim say wontumi na de ko man no say so no ne ho akadwam because ya beti wono so site go bi enti ne ho akadwam is up to nipa ne say obe prove say Chama wontumi na de ko man nampa enti prove no ene Chama wontumi pe wanya emfra attorney general hodia na che say Chama wontumi na de man no but assembly ne say according to the constitution no court eje verbal so etum say woni obi e de ano keke ekasa enipa ne betima nya bibi de agina so akasa mene wo ka we
enti se bia nipa no so anya recording bi e
right anya recording kwa pc se omo ye verbal agreement in the agreement no according to constitution e betima aba say Chama wontumi se koye na mbosomi bia no obema mi say enti nipa no wo evidence e kire se wa send sika e de ma Chama wontumi da e wo so no so present sa evidence no eno be di adanse say many we have verbal agreement as a result of that and I'm sending sika we buy aside that enye sika nko anything bia even handshake say our picture on Chama wontumi aye handshake ya obetimi the same picture na dia say
eno de ye be jama court no
of course the right
anamra no nimusa
the right minimusa but we some of the things omo minimra no e can based on that and I me make me conclusion the right court no na ye na djuma I agree but because of enyema ba kum yenu miensa bia ye te hwasemti we believe say either verbal and also a documented no attorney general nim de oye so at the end of the day attorney general ni case ya oni case se chama wontumi ni case ya oni case
but then se ko do sori na ya se asam ni nyina ko na wieye
okay
na chama wontumi ani fo asem ni chama wontumi adi bi ma asa aban hu be tan
director unim yenye fair
because chama wontumi case ya Attorney General no hype no pa o
of course yenye fair se asem ye di hwie na court say chama wontumi edi bem onye boni bia truth be told Attorney General on that day I just was see for
oh yeah
even the president himself one shot
president there
but be on see for more but one shot on to be galamse assembly
oh yeah
because it is assumed say chama wontumi the galamse overload e wo Ghana galamse for nyina president enti say aban na che no na at the end of the day there is no evidence na ya no kekede a asem no na chese sabi aban cannot fight against galamse
madam say ye kodi asem no so na chama wontumi adifo a
okay
eno so eno ye be fa ne say
right winim say chama wontumi difo a I expect the fans ne say obi abeje atum unse omo share asem na se no omo yi no branch by branch nkakra enti enne eye some key points omo yi other key points free ho enti say nei there are key points bia won say chama wontumi has a point to prove
but an onye show so say ebe din say chama wontumi be dibem
Rota eno na me ka ebai say enne ba bi eginan the esi na no enye the whole issue just about 10% of the whole issue
okay
nti say asem we say ya de kwa chama wontumi obenya hope be say there are various sections bi ho a if you ever na make say chama wontumi ne lawyers no the plan is ensem bi ho a yentra say ye be cut it off ye be yi ho afrim say de be ya asem die no sa asem ne meka ho biem say obi say chama wontumi ama no asase say onkoye adwuma no ye be yi ho afrim sa side no e be kwa kwosua ni pakro ye di tuo akomining site no etuo ne be yi chama wontumi afrim ye mfa no ho case enkobo chama wontumi unse ye di obi asmeti meka say o charge 6 ebia ya ma 2 years enti enei say 6 charges ene ye di abo chama wontumi na at the end of the court proceedings no watimi ayimu 3 atoagu a the right say ka 3 pa ye nim say the punishment baba de but ebesa nti a very difficult said the okaye no say chama wontumi be dibem eden nemu the right a case bibi abetuma si but from baby amemiti there the right asem we just about 10% of the whole issue and we could discuss it
quick one okopiem e wo Kpandai constituency a yes san konkoye run election e wo ho na MPP for so mo ntiase e kodo sore ya Parliament a release statement bi a say ano din na always kunu so na da so no enti brofo no atro o say occurrence of vacancy in the membership of Parliament na mhwehwemu a mehu Ebeneza ahuma agitro edina de ano den dodo quick one commander bonato fa twimaye na fe no yenko tiensem bi e koso
well the matter a very short one nyina ne say ukopiem e wo mra sebedwafi a parliamentary clerk ya wo ho e de akoto speaker any parliament nyina nim asa twere akoma electoral commission say Kpandai constituency no abedam pan MPB ani wo piem after say Tamale high court e rule say yenko erera no enti odema electoral commission say seat no e da ho free enti on conduct election na yenyi new MP empama Kpandai for
na say Kpandai constituency parliament e declared vacant
of course enti enei honorable Matthew Nyindam say okọ parliament ya parliamentary clerk no e mani nwuram na konye wo ho no ya yi ni dia free so enti ontimi nkotena so biem
commander yenyina we so na enko this video emra Kpandai ahemfofo se da bi omo ntiase emma rerun bia ensa maso because omo reasumdie di MPP nenu na de onye MP no rerun ne ho hia di enti no mu di san komo ne yekotiemre koba ya beka na nyina bom na fe commander bie semnim.
We were informed that elections are won at the polling stations during the 2012 Supreme Court proceedings on the election petition. As chiefs, we are concerned about the potential consequences of a rerun, should it be upheld. If violence and vandalism at the collation center and the destruction of electoral materials by aggrieved individuals can lead to a rerun. Undoubtedly, we have a very good reason to say that it will definitely set a dangerous precedent for future elections in Kpandai. We, the chiefs, respectfully are calling on the president and all stakeholders to ensure that the will of the people of Kpandai constituency is duly respected regarding the 2024 parliamentary elections. We and our subject gathered here today are a mix of sympathizers of both NDC and MPP and would want to live in peace. And so we say, no rerun in our constituency.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, right.
Kpandai constituency.
Of course.
I am for no say that be woman tiasie. Sasumbientio.
Be asumbieni dia. About where ya.
Oh, so mo na ya himfu kro no so.
Director, or your hene agreed. But or hene enye obi a wona determine election.
Yeah.
About one kom and wo hene kom.
Sasumbienti.
Director, asumbiye dia 2024 no. Me nyini center kwesi Kpandai.
Yeah.
Constituency ye bomb ma no. Na Kpandai nka ho. And this or hene ka say asumbienti a I disagree with him. Me ne ya adwen say with the platform way obetimi akasama atop Kpandai for trim no matter taking a better decision into any or hini two options. The first option is say na na betimi akachire kompo for say opasumbie and say constitution is say bibia nkoyi a yento aba no for dia omuntu aba na sumbiem e yo na sade no no obe ensure say asumbie betina okrom but say na na mpene sa na in a political way there but I feel the another mind say only na hini ezi nchen na ontinsi from don go campaign
eno so de say nyi
but e be ye pede na na ken clear wo baby a ohini ni gina sometimes
o gina hefa
but enei metima kan pay say ohini gina NPP candidate na gi and to me enye wrong that bia me ka say obia de ne ho every single political party open you can join but essence say ukodi hine wani monyam nti any 70 timu a ebeba kronum nti no you hide your political affiliation but en sama na neken I agree with him oyenipa
na onye so say bi nsusu ankrofo bi na akɔhye na nachi se na nanye sa
Roger, so obi akɔhye na nachi a sabi na man ho kwa because empanifo si esie man ho kwa ya na mre efifi wo so enti na nya na adwen se ode ne ho be rap politics ma ko bi ntimi nkɔhye na chi Roger kan ahomfodo de organa dodo se na omde o ma no for political issues kitwa bi nti so far as ya na man ho kwa
na nya na no obi kama NDC
Roger, the obi kama NDC no say sa story no ma nya bi but say na big address say no a big man tin ma bi say all right me na me tin change na after say year program no we a me ko share video no me gi to me say na all right to say or criticize or chere na adwen but to a larger extent there was choice of words any nsem bi ayenka right enei said ye koye no Kpandai in the same thing
but an omoye den so election dey ba so
right entina make us say
no omoye den so likely say NDC ni win
right unim election we NDC ni no upper hand no matter what but me point in say upewu mpewu apa na yebeto enti say o MPP ni ana o yo hene na wukrom ho now you feel like opposite incumbent MP no or side twaso yemfa konya ne nsa man dia right you can go to grounds na ye campaign for man
say be asumdie bebenti
right asumdie na make say na betima akachire kromho for say yempentokwa enti me na me ye hene monto abanfama ni pass masi no ba your campaign wo mo mbeti o no mo betie wo mo dey feel like abanya change new government naba enti ye to abama ni nipa we can lobby for projects no wo mo so bedi o mu lem no makoto o mabanko but say na be ka say mo e kire ya sorry to say the best way na betima ni say on twerɛ krata ne ko parliament na on ko share parliamentary clerk no na on fan kwatu na nim say ne letter no de kuma electoral commission on na nya adwen that is the only way na betima can be because enei say utifie na o kasa ya rata obema ye the politics ebe for dodo
okay
and aba no so at this stage umpeu ye kwa akoto said the electoral commission ensenya kakrata na parliament a declare seat in vacant no bibia no be change enti enei 30 days na High Court edema 2 parties any electoral commission NDC started campaign MPP afan say agro ye be kwa appeal ye be say so mo na akoshe ohene na chi a ohene nso ka different story say nana beka say ye de ye mpere run the writer omani beti na 30 days na so say 30 days no so na ye koto aba na ye hwie ballot papers go na ye kan a eho ye nim ohene say wo de won sa kotum obi betwa won sa the writer eho ye nim say ye ko say ye koya appeal and appeal court anyi yasamantum eho ye nim say ye nhye campaign asensem entem nti enei honorable Matthew Nyindam the writer the little advice I met media man say was spending a lot of money in the election. The writer ono no we ni ye. And ansemo ho every right said o gidi so we ni ye no. Say obayire no kwa company je no so
NDC for so be chinchim ni sa gisiti no.
The writer abaya ye kwa
bia ohunu sa.
The writer ye kwa to akwati ade no. Obi chinchim obi nsa. Both MPP and NDC 2 year ye no. O ti say obi ka say obi a chinchim nsa.
Dabi.
Mo enti eno ye city a eno so MPP we ni ena no mpode eye wuo ena se bi esi ye ena ekoto by election but we there akoba se MPP anwen ni mum issue wo ho right how na ekotim hwansa we no eye one constituency pe MPP fo nyina betima ko unim se MPP fo dodo ebeko ho no they are even more than the police stations until they can protect the ballot papers and the ballot boxes no eye kind of pepepe obi nsisi obi eye finchem
quick one yenkotie sama lawyer Kwame Adofo edia tuda na say wadin komo bebre or a private legal practitioner na wadin komo tuja ede ama OSP absuani komo ni mo den enya botrenya konwa na yentie ne nsem no
generally yes me for us say you be in the free home na me no Ghana for na we don't learn and I no enya prepare say be resign second one I who said one don't be or resigning because we share constitution no now share on one act now share behavior and the conduct just said man yadia obetinya ye e dey betra me kaka constitution no say under article 88 no obi any who obetimi do obi court in the name of the republic unless say that person is the attorney general and not somebody attorney general authorizing. That is the constitution. Law bien wa associate constitution. And so that is the starting point. And in making the OSP act, yet is our office. The mandate, almost true we say he shall be authorized by the attorney general. So that they are inconsistent with Article 88 and 90. That it means so for investigation and I say what investigation before I will be in your court. This attorney general sign off for him. Otherwise it's invalid. Now the way on why I know the court. Court. It means that those charges court without the authorization by the attorney general, they are all invalid. Oh, it would be at your recent banter on the attorney general Ken Operator. What say? We have Ken Operator, Yanfan Ragana. This is over call attorney general, your boss order. You write a letter to the chief of staff. So I know then. Chief of staff is so wow. What about can do? One never can for that. Chief of staff is Sakai and was okay. May direct you, Ako, Attorney General. But Chief of staff glad whom say as what do Attorney General. Or direct you letter no about Attorney General. Attorney General say for father for docket in Bra. Pinkai. We did a press conference now. We are collaborating with the Attorney General. The Attorney General, meaning me a fine power. He has a bit of him in me. Me, I don't have any of me in him. What kind of joke is this? Attorney General is your boss. Yes, if a docket to give it to him full stop. Actually, we are said there was no docket. And the concept and way. So OCP will be extradition. And for them, Ghana, Wabra, wouldn't a docket be a, would you maybe a? Yes, on one case, I would name the mandate or the age. Would name say Attorney General in the boss. Ushema, Ejumano Krano, he's just a wrong person in that office. I said, go on and resign. But I was a Ghana day. You need to show my home. Get in my coaching, my being one who has been bad, and okay. And the end of the day. Down him. Many hours.
Lawyer Mwapa.
I network in Jibuana, as I mean, because of
yet the Ethiopiana, a bad embrace no ayana, Yempese between Chawan Nemuna.
I am Matthias. But I'm not Fatomo. I just said, what the Agni Diagro. Sa USC, Mr. Tijalo, what the Agni Diagro. I'm not Fatomo. One KSM, your interview. My Baba. What's it? Only Pepe second of Rest Ghana before the 6th of January.
Yeah.
Now on Kandapoti, don't say. Utumra no watches. Okay, you need to call your tea. I said, the first letter what you call Kenufriata. So here no. What 24th January 2025. What man command overseas? What do you call it here? What do you call it here? I'm kind of second Ufriata with Ghana. Ethiopia only second Ufriata free Ghana before 6th January. And then I'll teach you let a command 24th January. So here no. Omate to that. Mina so
Lawyer Mwahao.
A trop pan with Yama actually. And trop. The people who are public office holder, which we didn't trust here. You are no longer fit for that position. Who didn't say the panel? What say? When you say the panel in Ghana? Oh, Choleta, no, what's so called if you is Omra. Two called if you are going to say, we need Ghana. It means that you lied to us. That in itself is grounds for you to even be removed. Now, Tronan with your. Remember another one. Okay, Madam Cecilia Dapa.
Me pacho ai, awo muko ni fie no.
Aha, wo so akonnya sika puduo. What is this cano? Emrana si so sizi obi sika sa na wo 7 days pe. Kokos na koto mfo asoma. Kokwasa sa wa court na twam. The court say look, wa ombra no, was 7 days. Apa ho. And to me, from my minister command. Oh, no press conference. Court in it here. One calculating ye. And do what I could be. Boko any as I shows a tribune. And obey press conference. Uncle Nam. So, guys.
Lawyer
Mekaipa. No, idea what is this? I am within your mandate. Or what a sash is a tribune. I feel, oh, what the Yanni and on your new idea. Oh, me investigation no. But who's doing a money laundering? Money laundering is also mini mandate. A yoke for the old mandate for money laundering. And this is how they are made pano and a docket to the command yoku. You can also how they are command my missus like the baby. Okay. Yes, I'm on the benefit of the doubt. Say no correct. We need mandate for money laundering. Now yoku for the old money laundering. Mandate. Okay. There I also a coaching MPA for Mustafa Hamid and Encrophobia. Now what charge you on? Charges are what charge you on money laundering. I also need mandate. What's that charge you about money laundering? Hey, now on my way, just say you die. Now after the end, yes. Wow, the guys only mandate for money laundering. What so? Why am I Cecilia Dapa case a foolish case? After you got that coaching, also what charge MPA Mustafa Hamid with money laundering. See, it tells you how inconsistent he is. When you Ghana for your short memory, it's your baby. No, me why you pen my trato, why you pen my trato. Let me catalog, okay, I catalog and near my way. It tells you so what the agent in the agro. We are no about press conference. We are not really to do on a website. And I know I really know petitions are banning on a website. So, Conference Church petition answer, I'm out for more 2 more power. Almost so said the power is falling. Oh my goodness. And the media tricks we will play. It's a media. What kind of message can come a message of Yaka?
Lawyer, where the Yapasia who said the Bayer or Tilabino will be Kaki said Jabin one some more. A beer all Nigel Koyan said, my petitioners no, a you are who are now here be no day.
Okay, Edra, and this is for your own primary. Mammy be to care more to schedule.
Okay. Video no by ya, Nippon me interview was oh.
But I mean, you investigate you for corruption and corruption related. Hey, at the assembly. And you saw them necrophone side to schedule you invite you about for money laundering. Corruption and corruption related. What to be that? That's the good say. Grabbing. MC, who can you say corruption? What's the brother? That's a credit, my brother.
Now, lawyer, on to me, you know, as it say, unqualified and in field Nuruho, and I say, or qualified, but when you make money, so.
Well, look, in terms of qualification, dear, say your minimum requirement. I mean, I've said 10 years or so at the bar, or qualified. He's a Ghanaian citizen, or qualified. He's all qualified, but he's just incompetent. Because we be able to be an theater. I didn't ask me a clear say you need authorization by the Attorney General. Cases are valid, Attorney General authorization. So those cases are all invalid. Because that's what the Constitution says. And to answer your question, no, I don't know. So I said, no. The game be no play. But in terms of the law, no, well, so in terms of the qualification, yes, you need a minimum amount of years for qualify. You must be a Ghanaian citizen or qualify. He owes no allegiance to any other country or qualify. Or by, you know, since 2021 to date. Generally, if you make a statement, when you're happier, what's it come? In your capacity as what? Martin Pebu was one of his fiercest defenders. Even Martin Craft friend me on my views on OSP. He said Martin I shifted to all sides. I buy on side. So what is the mechanism? If you say one else who say, well, I do maybe you can say Charlie enough is enough. What transition 2021? 4 years ni. There be also a press conference. From our agents, propaganda.
Okay,
I do propaganda. It is petitions in India. Me, I don't want to talk about the ones which are already out because that petition risk being thrown away. But no, in terms of his competency in doing the job, he can't do the job.
I see. Lawyer, going for this petition here. Akoto mampeni enum ya wo munyina so no ba ko wo hwe enso na conflict of interest no any breach of oath of office no ana minimu ada eja mutum bra na munimu mra yidie conflict of interest no henfa.
Oh, meaning I prefer not to discuss the content of Obi petition or Jacko. When you call no can anything could release this petition, no, because that's one here they will throw it out because under Article 146, no, it needs to discuss it or it should not be made public. Into yes, as you can want them there, it risk being thrown out. But more generally, maybe I will talk more generally. For no any interview now. It was just a joke. KSM interview, no, it was just a joke of an interview. Minimum when you advice and so on, call interview.
I didn't try.
What you can see a call NIB, you call your one fee, you call immigration, you call one fee, you call how one fee, because not a almost for the what is it? New house, so walk baby. Walk baby. Why do you keep on lying to the people of Ghana? Why? Look, meaning I'm content of the petition, let's not discuss it. Because it's a Supreme Court under Article 146 petitions. It's not meant to be public. Never known to the
Which young political commentators need be on the various political shows no allude to the fact say as a lawyer Kisi Jaben o meboa na obi a wakoso financial loss to the nation yentumi retrieve this canona asotwe ho yemfa ma no rather it has been the other side mum say they think say onu mum na waste public funds ye tuane car servicing the officer or ye adwuma wo paying adwuma for her, but yet no results.
Minia, this is the past case was fine case. Police never said, when you a fine case, $1 million will be there. A beautiful case. Police never said this is a fantastic case. Minia, what's up? Don't go overseas now. $10,000 and over. And so declare. Who declare? We must assess can win our hand. And so select quite a fast in your test can. And this is how now $1 million. Now what you can say $1 million. Why Kukwasa Sama's case now a foolish case. Hey, it's the way competent. That should have been his end. Dana Nelson could resign. But what not the same today say you for the now why money laundering. For docket I will report I will buy. I told you say who arrived at a conclusion say money laundering. For docket in my there was no investigation. So it means that Wamadana for one says from Mama boy any idea zika ni omo wi zika na. Ave do no kra na aba be kukwasa. Bibi ekema na wo do sakoka. Bibi ekema na do sakoka. SML dia wo do sakoka. Wan asma. Attorney General be na authorize. Second ko investigate SML. Wan authorize. Enu ti wo do sakoka ke bebre. Jack of all trade, master of none.
Lawyer, where there? Your friend is saying, bodies are made to me authorize it, ni remover there, but saying Kebeto with Nimua petitioning. Now we hear more. Outcome no by two she or say, Obemanako, Anna.
Well, look, I'm a wrong person to ask that question. Me, I'll be somebody there. Because I'll recuse myself. Come on, in a sense, I've been consistent. Said man would be there. It may be saying that better when you make this decision and come stand there aside. Because I will not be fair to him. When you have expressed an opinion on a matter, a bar, you should recuse yourself as what you want, a Nama or moi. They are coming with an open and fair-minded view. So more Moshe, and you will beat them here. I come from the one. Some will say that the party, the Marcus won't come. Maybe say they may make here, then they can crucify the crowns and Medina. But that's not how our law works. Until they can step aside. Remember other people to decide on his fate based on the content of this petition. And I'm refusing to talk about the content because we are destroying the whole concept of what is it called? Article 146 hearing, in-house hearing, or is it in-camera hearing? But maybe as well before, maybe you know where I stand. I am who you get. And he needs to be commenting on whether he will go. Me then come execute in grounds and anka. Medina. And I am a wrong person. I will not be fair to him. And the idea when you lawyer for no bisano on what he thinks about.
By regardless, say one kwa ebe yo mama.
Oh no, nenye Ghana ne wo.
Bibia tu.
O ma wi. Masa. Wa wo kana kura dokura na wo atamfo doso. Ndi enye me nwanwa. Ali ebe me nwanwa.
Where they away from Kisieja being there, no, I don't know, say, Jermaine need 2 deputies in the minimum, say, if you want us to talk about almost also the annual.
Well, look, minim what the content of the petition against them. You won't. And to be fair, no, it's good to say in content, no, because you're not discussing what the content are.
All right.
We risk destroying whatever the case is.
But generally,
generally, no.
From afar, we hear
because NDC said, "Omubombi yomu, omubai so yaka, azidun ketiaka, leading figures. Obviously, be yomu na. And the anyame petition aba, yomu na. The main target is the Electoral Commission." But they know, say, decision to remove Electoral Commission does not lie with the president. It lies with the Chief Justice. And this is now call. They went after the Chief Justice. Chief Justice no. The main say the Chief Justice feel the bit my Electoral Commission. And don't know Mukoko Chief Justice feel. A bit in there. One reporter Chief Justice. You one copy. No, I mean, I could be sitting there, a man a copy of the report. Hey, you know, how we know, a crony there. But report to the money. Everything there. So, who's there? Game. Up to now, the Chief Justice has report right to reasoning. Everything there for a copy man. It's easy for the day. So, we got the sign sealed and delivered. Almost kind of long time, they be you. Indeed, because it's an election promise that, as you also was to say, you cast out to Ghana. Said that to be a bar, one of those the Chief Justice, bra. Ubia bar, one of those Electoral Commissioners, bra. And there be a bit who say, you protect some say. Not only a buying your case, why no would I got one? Because of you will have a judge for you. The judge in your bail boat in Napa said, "Don't buy you. You're wrong. Will be by our enemy, maybe you. Do you want to live like that? If it is society, body, hang. I become when I'm Ebony.
Lawyer, what political parties, you know. I'm say from time to time, I titri some quiet park meeting as a na asumdue ni ho ranko bi wo ho discrepancies bi wo ho anope kra ne nana janto akra e kasa on put us misbehavior ne de utie ni se ma waka kra no a cannot be overemphasized. Now we hear complaints near the day. Chairman of the NDC, Chairman I say doing ketiamu ina keke bia no. I say ya no crasa the ankrofo yi kan sa na tie o.
Ba jama ante question as you.
Na lawyer na Juma as Electoral Commission chairperson compared to Charlotte Osei, compared to Dr. Farijan Mo. Now, ohe ensemu a political parties no, reps no, e kafa no titru ne IPAC meeting ya wom ne ya. Me sure say what it be. Does when it come as a surprise to you?
Well, look, if you want to compare the two, they make from memory, no. in the case of Madam Charlotte Osei, no any deputies, they were fighting. They were fighting. Not a hot no, sir. Whereas so our situation is different. They are not fighting like before. That is a clear decision. You say we're a lawyer here. You want people on the same side fighting. Because then they will give you more evidence about each other. The lawyer did the interview recently. Said, whether what he's saying is true. That Madam Charlotte wanted even to remove her own deputy. It is a division, say, they themselves can even write petitions against each other. But in this case, no, I haven't heard that there's let's say, I said, Nipa Bebre, obviously, you buy a electoral commission, you buy a winner. I don't know what here. They don't know what here there. Yes, Anna. Even petition be woman. What the kind of color in I say, Ubabi, you know. And they said, you said, you know. Yes, Anna. What Chasato? But that you will be Lucas to be you. Near any day. And no, I have me. Some of the chat to one and have me. Because the matter that you know. We got another 2025. Womu yebi, ndiye siye yebi. Niye any day. Na ane hami.
Na ebi susu se. Ye twasa bi a yanhwe be ha ye dache se. Petition mra peni we obekọ. This a petition amba. Eye dan ye a peni ne twene mutan obekọ. Is it the right way to go?
No. The answer is very no. Big no. Because because the petition ra, what could be born equal actually be said. And you kind of ruffle with a wink and a nod. To born each a matter of petition bra over Pamono. By a peck on 10 petitions. 10 petitions. All you need is one, which is sound. 10 petitions, they won't go. And a Saturday is a bonny. Many of them throw me court, no. And them is true. Because we know, Yanka, court in your OGDO move. Now, they say, who will not judge for ya? We know me near buying a case. A better than a judge if you are bold enough, say, I'm going to rule against a government. And only who? Only the rich and powerful politicians and the Benya justice. You know me, I don't have it. Because when you trust that, so now my judge for 1 year wicked pair. What's that? There were 3 branches of government. And the media for I have 4. 3 branches of government: the executive, president, and Crawford, the judiciary, court, no, and the parliament. But today, no, you say a quite fast chief justice. I'm say executive is more powerful than the others. President can obey you, will obey you. That is what we know now. Until the Babashi judges in. We a second time I hope you. The first time was President Kwame Nkrumah, the Akokosa. John Mahama's record now is that the only president in the 4th Republic, our Chief Justice said it will be in the history books forever. Until decision now, students will come and read it. That's a teacher that will cook. Everybody was our decision. It is a chasa, and you know, near who said that in Shima, Omobano Moshea, Ombedaji, a crime vessel. Into Sana Monosat. And if I said judgment call, they show how to make a judgment. Oh, to make a judgment today. I saw Gina who said, that didn't see me. That's in Chimba. Obe Hunisay, Obe Kanisay. At the end, you have a hopeful, the Ghana for.